Beneath the burning sands of southern Africa, hidden from a world filled with predators, a new life begins. Deep inside a dark underground burrow, a tiny meerkat pup takes its first breath. Its eyes are closed, its ears are still developing. Its body is small, fragile, and completely dependent on the family surrounding it. Up here, the desert can be beautiful. But beauty means nothing when almost everything around you is stronger, faster, or waiting for the slightest mistake. For this newborn, survival begins underground. For the first weeks of life, the burrow is more than a home. It is a fortress. While the adults leave to search for food, other members of the family can remain behind, guarding and caring for the young. This is the first great advantage a meerkat receives. It is not born alone. It is born into a mob. And in this family, survival is a group effort. But eventually, darkness can no longer protect the pup. One morning, after weeks beneath the surface, it approaches the entrance. Warm sunlight spills into the tunnel. The pup moves forward, then stops. For the first time in its life, it sees the outside world. The landscape seems endless. Dry earth stretches toward the horizon. Sparse bushes break the open ground. Every sound is new, every shadow deserves attention. And above everything else is the sky. That sky will become one of the most dangerous places in the young meerkat's world. Birds of prey can attack from above. Jackals and other predators can approach across the ground. A small animal searching for food cannot watch every direction at once. That is why the family has a system. While others forage, one adult climbs to a higher position. It stands upright. It watches. This is the sentinel. While the young meerkat digs through the soil, the guard scans the horizon for danger. For the pup, those warning calls can mean the difference between another ordinary day and the end of its life. Suddenly, the sentinel reacts. The relaxed rhythm of the group disappears. Heads rise, bodies freeze. Then the alarm spreads. The pup does not need to understand exactly what the adults have seen. It follows the movement of the family and races toward cover. Seconds later, the open ground is almost empty. For the young meerkat, this is one of the first lessons of the desert. When the warning comes, hesitation is dangerous. But escaping predators is only part of growing up. Soon, another problem becomes impossible to ignore: hunger. The pup can no longer depend entirely on milk and food delivered by others. It has to learn how to find meals hidden beneath the ground, and that requires practice. The adults dig constantly. The youngster watches them, then begins digging too. At first, it is clumsy. Its movements are inefficient. It investigates empty patches of sand. It wastes energy. But day after day, the pup improves. Insects become food. Small creatures hidden beneath the surface become opportunities. And eventually, the lessons become more dangerous. A scorpion is not an ordinary meal. It can fight back. For an inexperienced pup, approaching one carelessly can be a serious mistake. But meerkat youngsters do not have to solve this problem entirely on their own. Older members of the group can help teach them how to handle difficult prey. With very young pups, an adult may provide a dead or disabled scorpion. As the youngster becomes more experienced, the challenge increases. The lesson is extraordinary. The adults are not simply feeding the next generation. They are preparing it. The young meerkat approaches. It strikes. The scorpion moves. The pup jumps backward, then tries again. Each encounter builds experience. Each mistake that does not become fatal becomes a lesson. And slowly, the helpless newborn that once hid beneath the earth begins to look like a survivor. But growing stronger creates new responsibilities. The pup starts traveling farther with the group. The protection of the burrow is no longer only a few steps away. Every day now becomes a journey. The mob spreads across the ground searching for food, but they remain connected through movement and sound. For the youngster, staying close matters. A meerkat separated from its group loses one of its greatest defenses. There are more eyes in a family, more ears, more animals capable of sounding the alarm. And when danger appears, that difference can be enormous. Weeks become months. The youngster's body grows longer and stronger. Its digging becomes faster. Its reactions sharpen. It begins recognizing the rhythm of life above ground. Morning warmth, foraging, warning calls, sudden retreats, rest. Then back into the open again. But survival never becomes automatic. Young meerkats face especially dangerous periods of life, and not every pup born into a mob will reach adulthood. Predators are only one threat. Food can become scarce. Extreme weather can place additional pressure on young animals. A single weak season can change the future of an entire family. That reality makes every surviving youngster valuable, because the pup that once needed constant protection can eventually become part of the system that protects others. One day, it is no longer the smallest animal at the burrow entrance. Another litter has arrived. New pups remain hidden underground, and now the former youngster is beginning to occupy a different place in the family. It can help forage. It can respond to danger with experience instead of confusion. It can participate in the cooperative life that once kept it alive. Then comes one of the most symbolic moments of all. The young meerkat rises onto its hind legs. For months, it has watched older animals do exactly this. Now it scans the same horizon. The desert has not become safer. Eagles still hunt from above. Predators still move across the ground. Danger still waits beyond the next patch of grass. What has changed is the meerkat. The blind newborn hidden beneath the sand is gone. In its place stands an animal shaped by thousands of small lessons. It learned when to run. It learned where to dig. It learned what to eat. It learned which warnings demand immediate action. And above all, it learned that life here is not survived alone. That may be the true secret of the meerkat. Individually, they are small, but together, they create something far more powerful. A network of eyes watching the sky, ears listening for danger, adults protecting pups that are not always their own, experienced hunters helping younger animals face prey they are not yet ready to handle. Every generation survives because another generation stood guard before it. And now, the circle begins again. Below the adult meerkat's feet, new pups are growing inside the darkness of the burrow. Soon, they too will approach the entrance. Soon, they will see the sunlight. Soon, they will discover that the world outside is larger and more dangerous than anything they could have imagined. And when they finally step onto the sand, someone will already be watching over them. Because in this unforgiving landscape, becoming an adult is not simply about growing bigger, it is about learning fast enough to stay alive. And for a meerkat, survival has always been a family business.